Good evening, all of you. How are you, my dear friends? I hope you are all well and doing your studies regularly and properly from time to time and clarifying your doubts with me through other means like whether it is WhatsApp or other channels. I am very happy to see the response from your side and hope you will continue to respond in the same manner. So till last lecture, my dear friends, we have completed the wonderful concept of the motion of the bodies in a straight line, and then we discussed about the vectors and the various laws that governs the addition of vectors, whether it was triangle law of vector addition or whether it was parallelogram law of vector addition or whether it was polygon law of vector addition. Now, my dear friends, now we will move one more step further and we will discuss about the concept of the motion of a body, the motion of a body in a plane, Now, plane means we are talking about this plane. So, it is very clear that it is having two directions. One is along x-axis and the other is along y-axis. Now, suppose if you have a vector, let us say u, which is moving on this plane in this particular manner. So we can resolve this vector into two components or more components. That means we can convert the value of this particular vector in terms of any direction. For example, suppose if I want to find the component of this vector along x-axis or along y-axis, that means I have to resolve this particular velocity component in this format and this format. This is called resolution of a vector. That means the representation of a vectors in a particular direction. And if those two directions are perpendicular to each other, then those resolved components are called the rectangular components. They are called rectangular components. They are called rectangular components. That means in a normal situation, when I say there is a vector and we want to resolve it, it means I want to find the value of that vector in terms of that particular direction, which can be any direction. But if suppose the two directions in which we want to resolve this component, if they are perpendicular to each other, then these components will be called rectangular components. ठीक है बेटा? For example, let us say that I have a vector component u moving in a plane such that it makes an angle theta along with the direction of x-axis. Now, I want to find that if I bring this u on this, what will be the value of this u? And let us say that value is ux. This value of u will change, और जो changed value होगी ux, this will be called the rectangular component of this vector u along x-axis. And similarly, if I take this vector this side and this way, and then it will be called as uy. It means the velocity vector in the direction of y-axis, and that will be also called as a rectangular component. Basic idea of the components and rectangular components is clear? Shabash. Now, if we want to find the value of ux and uy, what I have to do, my dear friends? Simple, I will be doing what? Because it is a vector, so let us take any perpendicular from this velocity component on x-axis. Now, when I draw this perpendicular, so obviously this representation will be this representation. It means I can consider this as uy, not the value beta. It is not exact value. It is just a representation of y-axis. So this is also y-axis. Okay? So this is uy and this is ux. Now, in our previous chapters also and previous classes also, we know, hey, what is my concept? मैं करना क्या चाहता हूं? I want to find the value of ux as well as uy in terms of given value of u. है ना? Now, u is known to you. You want to find ux and uy. हमने क्या पढ़ा हुआ है? In this situation, when we have to find something, we always take the ratio of unknown divided by the known, and then we will see what is the relation between unknown and the known in terms of trigonometry. Am I clear? Good. So I want to find ux. What is known to me? U. And what is this? You can easily tell me what is this? Shabash. This is base. Very good. And what is this? Hypotenuse. Very good. So base over hypotenuse, everybody knows that is cos of theta. That is cos of theta. It means what will be my component of u along x-axis? That will be simple mathematics, u cos of theta. So this is my value of u in terms of a velocity component along x-axis. Similarly, I can find the value of uy also. What I will write? Uy, which is unknown, over known. You know, this is perpendicular, and perpendicular over hypotenuse is shabash, very good. Perpendicular over hypotenuse is sine of theta. It means I can easily find what is uy is equal to. That is equal to u sine of theta. Any doubt regarding the rectangular components of a vector? Any doubt, my dear friends? So this is how we proceed to understand the concept of rectangular component, that means how to resolve a vector along axis x or y axis. The most important thing that you have to remember is, as I was telling in the last lectures also, my angle is the angle which is made by the x-axis. Theta is along x-axis, and you all know, if I talk about this angle, then in terms of rectangular component, my dear friends, that will become shabash 90 minus theta. But that is only when these two are perpendicular to it. किसी भी डायरेक्शन के लिए मत पकड़ना, अगर वो डायरेक्शन म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर हैं तो अगर ये थीटा है तो वो 90 माइनस थीटा आएगा. I hope I am sounding good. You are able to understand. ठीक है ना बेटा? So next topic we are going to talk about the projectile. So before that, if you have any doubt, let me know. Friends, before we continue for the projectile, let us talk about a numerical which is there on the board, and try to solve it. This numerical is based on the resolution of vectors. Just see. An aeroplane takes off at an angle of 30 degree to the horizontal. It means it is along the x-axis. Shabash. So theta is equal to 30 degree. Now if the component of its velocity along the horizontal is 250 किलोमीटर पर आवर. देखिए बेटा, ये कंपोनेंट वेलोसिटी का along the horizontal, if the component of its velocity along the horizontal is 250 kilometers per hour, what is its actual velocity? Actual velocity we have considered as u, and this body is moving at an angle of 30 degree to the horizontal. तो ये एंगल कंपोनेंट बेटा बहुत जरूरी है. अगर कहीं सपोज कीजिए क्या दिया होता कि एन एरोप्लेन टेक्स ऑफ एट एन एंगल ऑफ 60 डिग्री टू द वर्टिकल, तब भी हमारा एंगल हॉरिजॉन्टल के साथ क्या होता है 30 डिग्री. लेकिन ये जरूर है कि जब हम बात करते हैं एंगल की, हमारा एंगल कौन सा होगा बेटा, जो हॉरिजॉन्टल के साथ है. दिया है वेल एंड गुड, नहीं दिया है 90 माइनस थीटा. शाबाश. एनी डाउट? तो यू नो व्हाट इज यू एक्स, आई डोंट हैव टू टेल. अभी आपने निकाला था यू एक्स वाज इक्वल टू, इट इज हॉरिजॉन्टल ना, यू एक्स इज इक्वल टू यू कॉस ऑफ थीटा. ठीक है बेटा? एंड वी वांट टू फाइंड यू. So what will be u is equal to ux divided by cos theta. ठीक है? What is ux given to be 250, and what about cos theta? Cos of 30 degree. Cos 30 degree I don't have to tell you. You all know it. Shabash. Good. That is under root 3 by 2. Under root 3 by 2. So when I put this value, what I get? U is equal to 500 over root 3. And when you solve this, what you get? 288. U is equal to 288 0.68 kilometers per hour. This is the value of the velocity with which the aeroplane has started. So this is the angle 30 degree. Horizontal component is this. This is our first part. The last part is also find its vertical component. That means I want to find u y. क्लियर है बेटा? और u y आपको पता ही है, u y इज इक्वल टू u साइन ऑफ थीटा. u की वैल्यू आपने यहां निकाल रखी है. यू कैन पुट दिस वैल्यू. सो u y इज इक्वल टू 500 over √3 multiply by sin 30 degree. Sin 30 degree is good 1 by 2. So again what I get, uy is equal to 250 divided by √3. And when you solve this, it will become 144.34. क्लियर हो गया? uy is equal to 144.34 kilometers per hour. देखिए, if the concepts are clear to you, implementation is right, there is no problem, there is no doubt कि why the question will not be solved. अगर हमारी सोच सही है, अगर उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन सही है, तो हम डेफिनेटली अच्छा करेंगे, क्योंकि हम अच्छा कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? तो सब चीज घूम फिर के कहां से आती है बेटा? आपकी प्रैक्टिस के ऊपर. ठीक है? जो न्यूमेरिकल्स आपको बुक में दिए हैं, आप उनको सॉल्व कीजिए, एंड वी विल कंटिन्यू विद द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक विच इज नाउ प्रोजेक्टाइल. So dear friends, today our next topic is, after you have practiced the numerical, we are going to talk about projectiles. देखिए, बहुत इजी सा कंसेप्ट है, बट यूटिलाइजेशन इज वेरी लार्ज. बहुत जगह इस्तेमाल होगा, एंड यू विल अप्रिशिएट, यू विल एंजॉय व्हेन वी डिस्कस दिस कंसेप्ट एंड प्रैक्टिस. आपको बड़ा मजा आएगा. देखिए, सबसे पहले लेट अस टेक एन एग्जांपल कि आप ये जानते हैं कि व्हेनेवर वी थ्रो एनी ऑब्जेक्ट अपवर्ड, it falls back onto the surface of the earth. That is already clear to you in terms of gravity. आपने पढ़ा हुआ. ये चौक है, मैंने इसको ऊपर फेंका, ये नीचे आ गया. ऊपर फेंका, ये वापस मेरे हाथ में आ रहा है ना, because I am sending it vertically upward, it is coming vertically downward. But if I throw it straight, like what we do when we take a catty पता है ना सबको बेटा? बिल्ली? No, catty is, अच्छा, गुड. तो catty is गुलेल. जो हम छोटे बच्चे होते थे तो खेलते थे ना गुलेल से. तो if you take a catty and put this chalk in that catty and release it, after pulling it, when you release it, what will happen? It will go straight. And then what will happen? Will it continue to go straight? No. Why? Yes, because it is attracted by the earth. That means the force of gravity is acting on that, you can say, piece of chalk. So what will happen? In case there was no G, suppose there was no force of attraction of earth, then what would have happened? Shabash. Then this chalk would have continued in a straight line. Lekin in our situation, we are firing the chalk horizontally, but it is not continuing straight. It is falling under the action of gravity. तो कुल मिलाकर के क्या होगा कि if suppose I am standing here on the top of a house and I am throwing a piece of chalk, let us say with a velocity of u meters per second, obviously it will not continue straight, rather it will be pulled by the earth, and you will appreciate that it will follow a path like this and hit somewhere here on the ground. बात समझ में आ गई? तो ये जो पाथ इस बॉडी ने फॉलो किया, या इस बॉडी को जो कि प्रोजेक्ट की गई थी with certain velocity, but it started falling under the action of gravity alone. That body is called a projectile. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि a projectile is a body which is projected into space or air and which moves under the gravity alone, under the effect of gravity alone. जहां पर हमने फॉर द टाइम बीइंग एयर फ्रिक्शन को कंसिडर नहीं किया है. अदरवाइज तो आपको पता है कि अगर एयर फ्रिक्शन होगा तो भी उसकी वेलोसिटी कम होगी, लेकिन यहां हम उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. हम ये बोल रहे हैं कि देयर इज नो अदर फोर्स देन ग्रेविटी. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड प्रोजेक्टाइल, एंड दिस पाथ which is followed by this projectile will be called as trajectory. इसको क्या कहेंगे? Trajectory. So what is trajectory? It is the path followed by a projectile when it is fired into the space or air and allowed to fall under the action of gravity alone. I hope you are able to understand this concept of projectile. इसमें कई सारे आपके पास एग्जाम्पल आ सकते हैं, जिसमें ये कैटी वाला एग्जाम्पल एक है ही है. अदरवाइज यू हैव सीन द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ जेवलिन थ्रो आल्सो. जेवलिन, यू नो, भाला फेंक. तो व्हेन यू सी द जेवलिन केस इज लिटिल डिफरेंट देन द बुलेट केस. In bullet case, what we are doing, we are projecting in a straight line. लेकिन javelin throw में आपको पता है क्या होता है? You run for some time and then you project the javelin like this. है कि नहीं? आप उसको ऐसे फेंकते हैं. It means you are projecting the javelin in the space, obviously by certain angle. Is it clear? तो दोनों एग्जाम्पल प्रोजेक्टाइल के हैं, लेकिन यहां पर क्योंकि ये और ये पैरेलल हो गया, सो हियर द एंगल ऑफ प्रोजेक्शन इज 0 डिग्री. It is absolutely parallel to 0 degree, but here it is projected at an angle, so this situation can also be there. So there are two situations that we have to discuss about the projectile, or you can say the motion of a projectile. First is when we fire the projectile horizontally. Then how does it behave what are its other consequences, what are the other terms associated with that, उसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे. Second thing is when it is projected at an angle, and you will appreciate कि ये projectile ऐसे जाएगा, and obviously because in this situation it is going against the gravity, it is going against the gravity, so what will happen, its velocity will keep on decreasing, and ultimately after reaching a particular height, you can understand here the velocity will be maximum or zero, and then it will start falling under the action of gravity alone. फिर वो fall करेगा and it will go and hit somewhere here on the ground. तो इसको क्या कहते हैं, ट्रिजेक्टरी. इसको क्या कहते हैं, ट्रिजेक्टरी. और यहां से लेकर के और यहां तक की डिस्टेंस, यानी यहां से लेकर के और यहां तक की डिस्टेंस, इसको हम क्या नाम देते हैं बेटा जी, ये टर्म्स हैं, दीज आर कॉल्ड रेंज. तो वी विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट व्हाट इज रेंज. The range can be in two directions. First is along the horizontal and second it can be vertical also. So range means the maximum distance it can cover from the initial to final position. This is called the range. And obviously to cover this distance either by following this path or that path, it will take some time also. जहां से यहां तक पहुंचने में कुछ तो टाइम लगेगा बेटा, and that time will be called as the time period. That is called the time period. तो वो टाइम पीरियड कहलाएगा. कोई डाउट? ठीक है बेटा. ऐसे ही जो हमारी मैक्सिमम हाइट होगी उसको हम क्या कहते हैं, you know, you have learned these things in waves. The maximum height, शाबाश, भूल गए, that is called amplitude. That is called amplitude. तो amplitude also is one of the term. इस तरह की कई टर्म्स हैं जो हम बात करेंगे अपने नेक्स्ट लेक्चर के अंदर बेटा. तो टुडे वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द कंसेप्ट ऑफ व्हाट इज कॉल्ड रिजोल्यूशन ऑफ ए वेक्टर, कि एक वेक्टर को कैसे दो या दो से ज्यादा डायरेक्शंस के अंदर रिजॉल्व किया जाता है. कुछ न्यूमेरिकल्स हमने करके देखे, एंड आफ्टर दैट आई ट्राई टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट ऑफ प्रोजेक्टाइल, कि कैसे एक बॉडी जो कि प्रोजेक्ट की गई है वो अंडर द एक्शन ऑफ ग्रेविटी जब सिर्फ मूव करती है तो इस तरह का पाथ फॉलो करेगी, या अगर उसको एक एंगल पे प्रोजेक्ट किया गया है तो इस तरह का पाथ वो फॉलो करेगी. और इन पाथ को क्या कहते हैं, ट्रिजेक्टरी कहा जाता है. इसके अलावा हमने क्या पढ़ा कि जो स्टार्टिंग से लेकर के फाइनल पोजीशन है इसको हम कहते हैं रेंज. मैक्सिमम हाइट वाले को क्या कहेंगे, एम्पलीट्यूड. और इसको कंप्लीट करने में कुछ ना कुछ टाइम लगेगा तो टाइम पीरियड. तो आने वाले जो हमारे लेक्चर्स होंगे उनमें हम ये देखेंगे कि किस तरीके से हम एक चीजों को प्लान आउट करते हैं कि हम कितने एंगल पर किसी चीज को प्रोजेक्ट करें, किस वेलोसिटी से उसको प्रोजेक्ट करें कि वो हमारी इस रेंज को या इस रेंज को जाकर के एग्जैक्टली हिट करे. जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया है आप लोगों को कि सपोज यू हैव टू हिट ए टारगेट विद ए मिसाइल फ्रॉम ए फार डिस्टेंस. आप 2000 किलोमीटर या 500 किलोमीटर या 1000 किलोमीटर दूर बैठे हैं, वहां से आपने अपने एक एनिमी को टारगेट करना है with the help of a rocket or a missile. So obviously you have to plan it कि what should be. देखिए ये हमारा सपोज 1000 किलोमीटर है, तो मुझे यहां तक पहुंचने के लिए ये देखना पड़ेगा कि एंगल ऑफ प्रोजेक्शन कितना होना चाहिए, किस वेलोसिटी से मैं उसको प्रोजेक्ट करूं, और ये चीजें हैं जो हम टाइम बाय टाइम पढ़ेंगे। और थोड़ा सा आप लोग भी कीजिए, यू आल्सो जस्ट गो थ्रू द बुक्स and rest we will continue in our next lecture. Till that time, take care of yourself and keep working hard, and I am very happy that you are doing it, but make me more happier by doing more good work. ठीक है बेटा, तो with this we wind up today. All the very best. Take care of yourself. Thank you very much.